Hey guys, it's Charles again. Thanks for coming back to our educational series on how to invest in real estate. So last week we spoke about condos, some of the pros and cons, but the basic takeaway was that condo investing is really more for the lifestyle, right? You're most likely going to get a negative cash flow, and you're buying for the convenience and the lifestyle surrounding it. So this week we're going to talk about two-unit conversion, or second suites, or duplex, however you want to call it. This is a big topic, and it's probably the number one strategy right now for an investor. So let's just get right into it. We will split this up to two different parts. So the first part will be today. We're just gonna focus on what it is and all the pros. Right. Next week we're gonna talk about all the cons and the requirements and some of the stuff you should watch out for, and I'll give you my conclusion on it. It is a bigger topic, so that's why we decided to split into two parts. So let's get started. So what it is that it's an apartment that is 100% separate from another in the same physical building, created with approved city permits, right? Basically, within one house, you're creating two separate apartments that is 100% separate from one another, right? Each unit have their own bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, and living areas, right? Some type of second suite include additions, detached unit, garage conversions, basement suites, or partial basement with half main, if it's like a 4-level back split, right? The most of the majority of the second suites are basement suites, right? So if you can think of a bungalow, right? You have your main unit on the main floor, and your side entrance leads you to the basement. That will be your second unit, right? Second suites are a necessary addition to the housing stock to provide affordable housing to the huge number of quality tenants looking for home, right? In a lot of these investment towns, there's really not a lot to choose from, right? Oftentimes it's either multi-unit apartment buildings that are run down, or it's these basement suites, right? So if you are a landlord and if you can create a nice second suite, actually you're helping the bigger issue here, right? And just to put things into perspective, right? In 2015, the legalization of the second suites came to fruition. In 2021 or 2020, the legalization of third suites or detached garden unit is coming. Some of the city has already been approved, and if not, it's coming, right? So the opportunity to me is endless for those who put in the time and the effort, and the fundamental is the same across all those strategies, right? If you know how to add a second suite, when you go about in extending your investment to adding a third suite, a lot of the fundamentals are still the same. So it will help you and level up as an investor, right? So let's just talk about the pros, right? So the number one pros for me is the cash flow. So if you are renting out like a single family home, let's say you're getting about 2,000 for, but if you were to convert that home into a second suite, so you have two units, you can almost double your rent compared to a single family, but it's still the same house on that same lot, right? You're just putting two different tenants in there. So that is very, very attractive. So more cash flow, meaning, you pay down your mortgage faster, you have leftover money at the end of the month, and you can qualify for more investment properties because you have a profitable business, right? So that is one of the major reasons why people will go after this strategy. Right? Next will be forced appreciation. Right? So if you don't know what forced appreciation means, it means that we're not waiting for the natural market to appreciate. We are, improving the value of the property through strategic renovation and change of use. In this case, we're changing the use from a single family home to a 2-family home, and the renovation is a legal second suite, right? So we're increasing the value of the home without waiting for the market, right? So by adding the basement suite and improving the overall condition of the house, the value of the house goes up. And typically the renovation expense is less than the increase in value, right? This equity can be accessed through HELOC or by refinancing the property. So the key is that what you put in the renovation has to be less than what it's going to be worth once it's done. An example will be you buy the property before renovation at $500,000, you're putting $100,000 for the legal second suite reno, you're owing $6,000. But if the market is showing that a legal duplex in that street or in that area is going for $650,000, then instantly you've made $50,000, right? Where it goes wrong is if you bought it for $5,000 and you're putting $100,000 and your owing is $600,000, but it's only worth $580,000 or $590,000, then the deal may not necessarily work, right? So you have to be careful with that. In my experience, because of the renovation process is pretty extensive, and a lot of times we're taking about 6 months to complete the project from permit to finish. By the time you're finished with the renovation, you may be surprised that the value of the legal duplex which you used when you bought the property, right, when you first began your project, may have increased significantly. So if, using our example earlier on, if you went at the time of purchase, if you thought $650,000 was the value of a legal duplex, and you're buying at $5,000, you're putting $100,000, you're making $50,000. A lot of times, in my experience, once the reno is done, the $650,000 may have increased to like $700,000. So that's just a good bonus to have. But when you're buying, you can only base it off on the recent comps in that area. Another huge pro for legal second suite is that you have the choice of all the high quality tenants compared to all the multi-unit buildings. So my recent example, this is in East Mountain, Hamilton. Our tenant is a PhD candidate from McMaster University, right? I had another duplex, it was a vet, right? Another one was a junior engineer, right? You get really good tenants for this type of housing, right? So, and the turnover is much less compared to a multi-unit. Okay, so this is it for this week. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. And if you can go down to the link below for there's a link for my website. You can go on there and download a free copy of your property analyzer spreadsheet. All right, bye for now.